Botswana stands at the edge of a new chapter through what we recently began, the Botswana Economic Transformation Program. This is a program that aims to ensure that innovation, enterprise, and local ambition fuel our journey to a new future of prosperity. We are building a political and economic position which will open doors to those, the investors, who are ready, willing, and able to build with us. This is a call to action for thinkers, investors, entrepreneurs, and institutions with bold ideas that can spark real economic progress. The Botswana Economic Transformation Program will, in a nutshell, engage projects or ideas that unlock new engines of growth across the country, bring fresh thinking to old challenges, create jobs, and expand opportunities for the people of Botswana. We trust that it will also position Botswana competitively in the region and globally, and support inclusive and sustainable development, not just growth. Botswana critically needs investment in water and sanitation infrastructure. This summit couldn't have come at a more opportune time for Botswana. As we intensify the involvement of investors in resolving the water challenges I've enumerated, these are opportunities for African and global investors to partner with us for shared returns. Let us therefore take this occasion, take advantage of it as custodians of a shared and precious inheritance to ensure that we act collectively, we act for the best interests of the African continent and each other, and we provide our countries, our continent, with the water that it needs to thrive. So thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the privilege of your company here today, and the pleasure of your kind attention. Thank you so very much.
Wow, you won't believe what happened after the president of Botswana, Advocate Duma Boko, delivered a powerful speech. The entire hall erupted with thunderous cheers, and the energy was absolutely electric. My dear lovely family, stay tuned as we take you inside this unforgettable moment that left everyone talking. Here is what President Duma Boko has said.
It's a great honor for me to be here with you today, to engage in these important conversations on water investment, and to share the priority areas of the Republic of Botswana for the favorable consideration of the investors who are here. In Botswana, we know the sting of scarcity. As a semi-arid country, we've learned that every drop counts. We are a water-scarce country due to the semi-arid and climate conditions in most parts of the country with inadequate water sources and services. In recent years, water shortages have persisted as a result of growing demand exacerbated by the effects of climate change. Climate variability and uncertainty brings about extreme events such as droughts and unpredictable rainfall patterns, challenging the conventional way of food production by our people and potable water supply, which relies mostly on annual rainfall. Our groundwater resources have also been significantly impacted by climate change variables. The sparse population distribution of the country also creates major engineering and financial challenges in relation to water infrastructure development. The International Decade of Action calls for water for sustainable development, and efforts have to be made towards achieving Sustainable Development Goal number 6 of ensuring availability and the sustainable management of water and sanitation for all by 2030. It is therefore the responsibility of government to ensure that every designated settlement is provided with potable water, irrespective of proximity to the nearest water source. Water is a basic right, and without water, there certainly is no life. Many settlements in Botswana are located where there is either little or no water. Therefore, there is need to reticulate, store, and distribute clean water to the settlements. These challenges I've outlined present opportunities for investment in the water and sanitation sector in Botswana. The investments are in the form of major water transfer schemes, water treatment plants, and water storage facilities, sanitation schemes, and wastewater reclamation for productive reuse. In the process of decentralizing water infrastructure, there is need to design and build numerous pump stations, water transfer and distribution pipelines, treatment plants, and storage tanks across the country. The Botswana government is focusing on initiatives that will lead to the realization of sustainable management and utilization of water resources, water supply, and sanitation service delivery. These are essential for the growth of the economy. Sustainability in the management of water resources requires extensive investment in the development of water resources, in planning, infrastructure development, and the protection of water resources. Botswana shares most of the river systems with riparian countries, Zambia, Namibia, and maintaining international water relations is an important element in ensuring water security as well as building mutual cooperation. As such, the government of Botswana continues to engage and collaborate with partners, particularly those related or involved with the shared water courses under the auspices of the Permanent Okavango River Basin Commission, OKACOM, the Orange Senku River Basin Commission, ORASECOM, the Zambezi River Basin Commission, LIMCOM. Some actions to promote water for cooperation include legal and institutional dimensions of transboundary water cooperation, data information, knowledge and technical support for transboundary water cooperation, capacity development for transboundary water cooperation, funding and financing for transboundary water cooperation and infrastructure development. Botswana is one of the 4 Southern Africa nations that could become highly water stressed by 2040 under a business as usual scenario. It is therefore important to move towards a risk management approach in water planning and management to ensure water availability for better economic growth. Adaptation to climate change will involve tailor-made interventions that are thoughtfully integrated into existing development processes and activities. The government of Botswana is making deliberate efforts to change the trajectory of our developments by embracing investment by the private sector and allowing the private sector to do what it knows best. Efficiency in water supply and sanitation service delivery also requires the construction of conveyance pipelines, the rehabilitation and expansion of reticulation networks, the construction of sewer networks, and service delivery throughout the whole on-site sanitation service chain.
Yes, that's a part of the speech that has made the entire hall to erupt with thunderous cheers. Family, friend, fellow Africans, you heard the vision of the President of Botswana, Advocate Duma Boko. This is a time for Africa to have new vision, to have new ideas, and to challenge the old ideas, and to prove what President Duma Boko has spoken. Listen what the President of South Africa has said. You can understand that President Boko is new leader with new idea, and President Ramaphosa is African leader but with old ideas. Listen.
Looking forward to the alignment of the Global Outlook Council initiative with the investment theme of the 2026 United Nations Water Conference to ensure availability and sustainability management of water and sanitation for all. I am pleased to acknowledge the invited leaders that will work with the South African G20 presidency as co-chair in the leadership of this council. And they are President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan of the United Arab Emirates, Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados, Mr. Bill Gates, the co-chair of the Gates Foundation. Now, these distinguished leaders will be assisted by alternative co-chairs as facilitators for effective broad engagement of the council members represented by my dear brother and sister, President Jakaya Kikwete, former President of Tanzania, as I said, and Her Excellency Amina Mohammed, the UN Deputy Secretary General. Now, it is a great honor to inaugurate the following invited leaders as council members: President Luis Inácio Lula da Silva of Brazil, President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India.
Yes, that is President Cyril Ramaphosa. You know, one thing that Africans are doubting is to include Mr. Bill Gates in this issue of water and sanitation. We know that Bill Gates is famous for GMO food in Africa. It's famous for pharmaceutical companies. We know what Bill Gates has done, and of course, we have seen some misinformation about Bill Gates in Namibia, also in Kenya. But all in all, the issue of engaging Bill Gates as a man who doing business in pharmaceutical and food, it means you are creating space for Africans to buy water. Africa has no shortage of water, as leaders saying. What we lack is systems and infrastructures of supplying water. 2 weeks ago, I was in the shore of Lake Victoria, in the valley of Lake Victoria. Of course, I shared some videos from there. I went direct to the source of River Nile, but water is flowing throughout of the here. But there's no mechanism and infrastructures to harvesting water from the source of River Nile, from different sources of water. We have clean and safe water. If you go underground, we have water. But the problem that we don't have systems and infrastructures on how we can drain and harvesting water and supply to our people. That's what we lack. So if you include businessmen and women in these basic needs, very soon we are going to see Africans starting buying water. Of course, they have started slowly. Right now, if you go in township, in cities, people are buying drinking water in bottles. But in the previous, Africans were going to the well, to the river, we tap water, we drink, and nothing is happening. But these water right now are being contaminated, being polluted through these human activities and also mining, such as that, road construction. Many of our water bodies have been polluted and distracted, and that's why today you cannot go to the well, you cannot go to the water river source and take water and drink. You can get headache, sometimes you can get stomach challenges, something like that, diarrhea. So, but why? Because people have came with idea of selling these commodities. So people in the continent of Africa are not happy with what President Ramaphosa has said to include a man such as Bill Gates in this thing. But because soon we are going to see the water is going to be sold like the way we see we buy electricity. Of course, in township, in cities, people are buying water for infrastructures, repairing, and something like that. But there's no need for Africa to spend a lot of money to buy water. We have water under our feet. We have land. What we need to do is how we can come together as Africans, leaders can work together. For instance, you heard President Duma Boko talking about Botswana is sharing water sources, rivers like Zambezi and Akavango. Oh, you see? So if you look, for instance, look River Nile. River Nile is connecting Uganda, South Sudan, Sudan, Ethiopia, Egypt. I think even Tunisia, if I'm not wrong, or Libya. If I'm wrong, maybe those 5 countries: Uganda, South Sudan, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Egypt. All these 5 countries are beneficiaries of River Nile. So if we can collaborate and work together, creating environment where Africans can set systems, we can start investing in water supply. I think the issue of water can come to an end. But if you bring people like Bill Gates, you bring people who are doing businesses, soon we are going to see that Africans are going to buy this basic need at high price. And if we are not careful, we are going also to privatize water sources. We are going to give water sources to other people the way we see Africans giving mines and minerals to other people. So we need to be careful on this issue. So, but all in all, we hope our leaders have more vision than me, than we who are thinking that maybe the coming of Bill Gates will come with new idea of privatizing water sources and supplying water the way people are privatizing things. But all in all, we are just providing warning. This is just an alert that if we are not careful, we are going to see Africans losing water sources, privatizing water sources in the gear of saying we are going to invest in water and sanitation. So we need to be careful. We need to be serious with what we want to do as Africans. So, brothers and sisters, after that, you have no more to share. Please, if you have something to share with us, please do so through the comment section. The aim is to share this powerful and epic speech made by the President of Botswana, President Duma Boko, a man who right now has conquered the hearts of many Africans, millions of Africans in the southern part of the continent. Some others are calling him a Southern Traore, and that's what other people are calling him. Thank you.
Thank you.